Yeah, see, like people like Mr. Imus, I just feel like they're mentally broken. Toe's parents use an alias now. Can't blame them. Guys, my show not dying and me not being dead and everything being okay with me doesn't have to be something that's threatening to you, because now you're building a world that doesn't exist for yourself. And like the next step is mass. So you gotta look out for that shit, buddy. Thank you to Casey. I mean, it's amazing that I still care about the well-being of these people, but it's only because I think they're going to hurt someone eventually, because I've really, and I don't feel bad that I've caused people mental damage because they do it to themselves, but it's also really a study of human psychology, and you're like, weird, dude. No, Nova, I will say this about the people obsessing about me calling out Scott for being a yesterday. This is all I'll say to you, Nova. Cry more, bitch. I mean, I'm sorry. I gotta say, if I'm making you cry about that, bitch, you gotta toughen up. I'm sorry. I apologize. I mean, when people are just publicly to you for a long time and you just kind of expose the truth back, and if that triggers you, I'm sorry, dude. You learn the difference between we have a problem and you have a problem. Also, to the steel toe people trying to figure out, they are so desperate. I've been notching so many W's against these people. They tried to find out. They're like, we got to find out where Toe is boxing. They literally went and called a shitload of boxing gyms. None of them that I'm at, by the way. And they were calling them and they were mad. That's fucking crazy. They have given up any self-dignity or any self-respect, and they still hand the Toe W's. Thank you, Nova. Thank you to the rest of you. And I'm sorry. I think I have to stop saying it because you guys will just have to learn the hard way, and Lord knows I understand that, so I'm not shaming you, but I've tried to show you the way, and you've just let yourself become immersed in anger and steel-toe derangement syndrome. I've told you what the end stages of it are. Sorry, kiddo. When you're ready to come in and have fun with the rest of us, we'll be here waiting for you. But if you choose misery, I'm just going to have to giggle at you, because otherwise it's sad to see the waste of humanity. Somebody, too, says April would be disappointed in you, Aaron, going to Aldi. I know. I pray to her picture every day, and I ask for her forgiveness. Eric Cartman says shopping in Aldi, eating at Pasta Buckets. Someone's living. I've never been to Pasta Buckets in my life. That is that's another, what do you call that? Fan fiction that people came up with because they were having trouble with the toe. It is funny to me though. Baba Shab says Toe is starting to resemble his namesake. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. Every time I go by Pasta Buckets, I want to go there, but oh shit. I just realized what I was about to say makes me look like a fat. I was going to say, every time I go to Target and I see Pasta Buckets, I want to go there, but I've just eaten. Stupid. Root says I'd crunchy while my girl watches. That's not as fun as you think it is. You feel bad making her watch, and you're just like, Jesus, this is wrong. It with your head a little bit. MSO says, I don't know what was talked about earlier, but did you see the most recent chat phone call to Coach Scott? No, I'm sure, or Chad. No, I'm sure he's very upset, though, but he's been talking shit publicly about me now. And every other trainer he's ever worked with, he's just been shit-talking them forever. He talked to a about me on camera. So, yeah, and then when I try to actually do boxing stuff with people and help them and give his gym a little, good PR, he goes off on these crazy rants because he's bothered about his shitty life. And he goes off on these crazy rants about how people don't pay him enough and he's not training anybody and them and blah, blah, blah. It's like, dude, just shut it down then. You don't like it. Before every practice, he yells at everybody and tells them they can go to another gym for no reason. Nobody said anything. People don't want to be screamed at constantly because you had a bad day with something else. Bigot on Socialist Media says Scott is in the Dabbleverse now. Yeah, I mean, he keeps answering. Like, here's my thing. If you're going to be in customer service, which you are if you own a gym, if people call you live, and he's done this 4 times to me already, and then you just talk shit about one of your members publicly, and you just answer the phone and start, that means that when you're in private, you're answering the phone and you're talking shit about other people. So then other members of the gym call me and they go, yeah, Scott talks shit about me to like people who come into the gym too, and I've never done anything to the guy. He just gets in a bad mood and starts shitting on people. And it's like, yeah, you should probably say something to him or get the fuck out of there, because it's kind of a shit deal. So people are like, Aaron, why did you say mean things about Scott? I don't know. After like the 3rd or 4th time he picked up the phone and publicly decided to start shitting on me, I decided I'd maybe tell some things back. I don't care. I got a gym. I'm fighting. And by the way, people kept trying to look up what gym I was at. They really got it wrong. They haven't found it. They won't. Twisted question mark says that coach is icky. I would stay away from him. He is. I've defended him. Like, even when coaches were leaving and they were abandoning the place, and I loved those guys and they were the best coaches that place had because Scott was just being dog shit to him, I kind of looked the other way, you know? Phantom X says, Aaron, why do so many map defenders hate you? Is it because you have kids and they want to be near kids? A lot of them, they aren't allowed to be around their own, and I think that bothers them. I really do think it bothers them. Peen Wienerstein says, what the happened with Scott? He always seemed nice to him. No, he's not nice to him. He's a miserable guy. Really bad. Blind Eye says, Ashley Cummings will be SP2. I would never be with an Ashley Cummings because I saw that Twitter video with her tits flopping around, and it's not for me. It is for some people. It's not for me. Nomo says, yeah, it was sad. So he only has 10 people watching him now. Remember when all of those people thought that, like, we're going to put Karmic on in the morning and he's going to kill Steel Toe? Come on, guys. I've been doing this too long. Numero uno Josh Denny fan says, Coach Scott seems nice, but anyone taking this many phone calls and talking this long to Chad has got to be mentally ill. He's a weird dude. Root says, no, Scott was playing the game. You up that he wasn't my coach. He wasn't my trainer. Lauren's my trainer. Scott was never my coach and trainer. Scott was just the guy who owned the gym. Scott doesn't actually train fighters. Scott just has to feel like he's in charge, so he yells at the beginning of practice, and then the rest of the coaches do the work. Scott is a wrestler. He doesn't know much about boxing. Carlos says, I give it a month before Coach Scott has his own podcast in the Dabbleverse. Oh, that would be a tragedy. That would be really bad. He was shitty to April when she came in to get her stuff, too. He was like bragging to me about that. That's the other thing. I don't think you should own a gym and talk about your other customers' private and personal shit. He started talking about, yeah, I really gave her the business. I told her I don't want you in here and blah, blah. It's like, oh, okay, well, that's really nice. Literally, she came in to take her shit out of her locker after she got arrested. That was it. It's all she wanted to do. And he gave her a bunch of shit. He's like, yeah, she was making all these excuses to me about shit and trying to say all this stuff, and I wasn't hearing it. It's like, hey, you don't need to be telling other people's business, dude. You're the owner of the place. He's not my coach, Roots. He's the gym owner. I would never disparage my coach. Lauren is brilliant. Yeah, Roots, you're just not understanding me. The guy's not my coach. I would never shit on my coach. So I don't think you're hearing me properly. Baba Shab says, but you do call him Coach Scott. No, the internet started calling him Coach Scott. I always just called him Scott. You guys, you internet people create shit, and then you want me to be a part of it. I'm just trying to have some fun with you. That's all.